I've got 21 amazing questions for a better life for you. I answered them to the best of my ability. You do the same to the best of yours. Hope you get some great stuff out of these. Here we go. How can you focus on luck in your life? How can I focus on luck in my life? Well, see what's lucky and focus on it. Duh. What's lucky in my life? But how can I find my way back to the center? That's a very good question. First order of business is to figure out what the center is. How can you use your highest potential? And again, what is my highest potential? How have your goals manifested so far? That's good. That's studying thankfulness. I've moved from survival to stability. I've moved forward. How can you act truthfully today? Interesting choice of words. How can I act truthfully? Acting truthfully. If it's an act, is that truthful? How can I act truthfully today? Well, I would say drop the act and just be truthful. Be real. Eliminate facades. Are you holding on to grief and suffering? That's a very good question. There's something about holding on to grief that seems righteous, I guess, or like, we should grieve for a certain length of time before letting go. My neighbor passed away last weekend. I don't know what day. Last time I saw her was Friday. She was 78 years old and really sick. I think she had the flu, and I think it killed her. Am I holding on to grief and suffering? I need to move forward with my life. How can you take some time off to contemplate? I could probably contemplate more efficiently and effectively. What are you running away from? What are you leaving behind? Myself? What am I leaving behind? In doing so, myself. If I'm running away from myself, that's what I'm leaving behind. So whatever I'm running away from is what I'm leaving behind. Every time I leave my homestead, I leave it behind. Are you trying to trick yourself? That's a really good question. Well, sure, I'm trying to trick myself into succeeding, trying to trick myself into not being afraid, really, so I can succeed. Do you have the best in mind for everyone? I try to. Does that answer the question? Do I? Probably not. I'm sure I have my own predispositions and prejudices and all that kind of thing, people that I dislike. How can you open up to love today? So far, I've run from it, basically. In the last couple of days, I've met new young ladies, 20-something ladies who, wanted things that I wasn't willing to give up, such as more money than I was willing to spend on a gift and control. I want to be myself. I would rather be alone and be single than have to give up myself. What is worth celebrating in my life? Oh man, the fact that I have a place to live, a roof over my head, especially when it's rainy out like it was last night. Even though it's a small car to drive, it's a gas-saving car to drive. I can't lay down in it. My basic needs are met. That's definitely worth celebrating. And I'm making progress on my YouTube channel. I also have a nice laptop that I can make new videos on. I have a bunch of software. I have ideas. I have this iPhone that I can record video with. How can you accept your sadness and let it go? I have a lot of sadness about a lot of things throughout my life. What's built into this question is first I need to accept it before I can let it go. Well, my sadness, I have to accept what is and what has happened. It did happen. Accept it. Do I accept it? I have no choice in accepting what happened. It happened. What am I going to do? Deny that it happened? Say that it didn't happen? Well, I can certainly not dwell on it. That I can do. So that's how I accept my sadness. I don't dwell on it. And that's also how I let it go. What inspires and excites you? Oh, very good question. At the moment, it's these questions. What else inspires and excites me? Hope for the future, hope for tomorrow, hope for the next moment. Having the mental acuity to discern what I should follow. What I have discerned that I need to follow is I need to attract rather than chase. So that says don't follow, rather lead. All leaders are good followers too. How can you know how to be a good leader if you don't know how to be a good follower? Which I do know how to do, and making money inspires and excites me. Fame does not really inspire or excite me. Abundance, having the wherewithal to be free. Do you seek recognition from others? Well, everything I've been reading lately, especially about Sigma males, which I identify with, And empaths, and especially supernova empaths, in other words, I'm pissed. What I read about sigmas and empaths is that especially sigmas, is that we don't seek recognition from others. Therefore, it's really difficult to influence us. And I am definitely that. Do I seek recognition from others? I really work my mind to not follow others, to not judge myself by others' success. Rather, it's my endeavor to be myself, focus on myself. My primary competition, and hopefully my only competition, is to be a better me than I was yesterday or than I was a moment ago. To continue to improve based on myself. That's the goal. That's something I can control. Anytime you compare yourself to others, it's just going to tweak you. It's just going to make you sad. That's how I accept my sadness and let go of it. How can you take action today? Well, I'm doing it. I'm making a new video. However, I've made a bunch of new videos today. The next action that I need to take is to open my laptop and edit one into video. I haven't uploaded a new video in 13 days to YouTube. So how can I take action today? Choose one of these videos that I've made a bunch of videos of and put into folders and edit them. What have you learned from overcoming obstacles in the past? I think I just described it. I learned where to make that change in Final Cut Pro. How can you step into leadership and your highest potential? How can I step into leadership and my highest potential? All the things I just described prior to this. I've been a good follower much of my life. I've always been one to kind of selectively, shall we say, what is holding me back from taking action. Writer's block. Fear that what I'm doing won't be good enough to get a bunch of views. And I just have to keep swinging, certainly. As it takes longer and longer for something to go viral, you do tend to kind of begin to lose hope. So what's holding me back from taking action? Tricking myself into regaining hope. Do you find deeper meaning in your work? Yeah, typically, sure. My work involves research. What comes to mind is a video I made, the most recent video I made, which is how to not be an idiot. And the concept of the video was the Greek word idios, which means one's own. And what I found out in the course of researching that is the context of one's own was really public life. The Greeks very much believed in, democracy and public life, being a voting member of society, if not running for office in society, at least being public in your life and interacting with other human beings, rather than being a recluse and recluding and hiding your light under a bushel, as they say. Yes, I do find deeper meaning in my work, and that's how. What am I afraid to let go of? Well, fear, I guess, afraid to let go of my fear because I've learned to trust my fear over the years. I've been beat back by the world, I suppose. What am I afraid to let go of? Yeah, I think the one word answer would be fear. Rejection. Fear of rejection, sure, yeah. All right, now, that's all for now. Hope you found some great answers to these questions, as I did, and we'll see you in the next video. Catch up with you later. Peace out.